We allow love to show us through our joy, just this unexpected, beautiful life that we can build together with it.
It's just like, damn, that's where following your joy leads you to. It's like just this whole little breadcrumb path, and it leads you to experiences and people that are aligned with your highest good and with your most authentic version of yourself.
Hi, I'm Cara.
I'm Lily, and today we're talking about joy as a compass.
We'll show you how joy can lead our lives, relationships, and even careers.
Yep, and it's like the main thing that has really helped me is just tuning into the expansive feeling versus the contracting feeling in my heart. And that's what I follow. Is like, it's what I don't follow as well. So if I feel the contraction feeling, which just feels a bit like down and heavy, then I know like that's a maybe, and that's my intuition saying, not that. But it's the reverse with the expansive feeling. If things feel light and a bit exciting, and I'm like, okay, well, that's my joy. That's love. That is what I'm going to follow.
And this applies to like anything, really. So relationships, let's say you meet someone immediately and you can kind of have that feeling, or you're in a conversation with someone you've known for like, I don't know, maybe a year, but not like that closely. And then you get this like feeling, oh, they said something, and you can almost like their energy contracts. It's almost like your chest cavity and your diaphragm just kind of contracts, like that whole area just kind of gets like tight. And it's a spiritual and it's a biological sign that you could be in danger or need to be like look out. And that's kind of the basis of it as far as like human beings are concerned, like scientifically, but like just spiritually, like it's a guide for us. I had that quite recently, but yeah, I think that even in jobs I've had, like I knew immediately like the jobs I wanted to take, and the other ones were out of desperation or need, and I ignored those signs like, oh, I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to anyway because I need a job, and I can get through the manipulative like character traits of the managers, or I can get past the competitive nature of the atmosphere, and it always ended up poorly.
That's such a great example too, because that just recently happened to me with jobs. But you said something recently happened with you where you felt the expansive versus contracting feeling. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so I've known this gal for a while, and we just like worked together or whatnot, and she seemed pretty level-headed and grounded and whatnot, and I moved in with her for maybe a month and a half, and then this really, like she said a few things when I first moved in, and I was like, okay, cool, whatever, but it came out like a month and a half later where she was like really manipulative, super controlling, and kind of held the whole, oh, well, I can charge you more for rent. I was like, well, I can just move out. So like, what's like, there's no need to kind of be like this. So at first it wasn't 100% clear that this was like a manipulative situation, but, it came out pretty quickly that was the situation. So I just adjusted, did what I needed to do, and moved on. But I could have ignored it. I could have been like, oh, she was just stressed, or oh, she was like whatever. But it's not the case. Like that's just how she is, and it's just going to get worse from there.
Yep, exactly. So if you didn't follow that, then that pattern would just repeat, and you would end up in another situation where it's like, I could have gotten myself out, but now I'm stuck here still. So you chose the moment in the circle to be like, all right, now's my time to get out, so I don't repeat this. And yeah. So recently, for me, an example of like feeling the expansive versus contracting feeling and then following that through with a decision that I'm making in my life just recently happened with jobs. So I was interviewing for a lot of like real estate jobs, and then I was like, there's this really cute cafe and I'm just gonna shoot my shot everywhere. And so with the real estate jobs, those interviews that I was going towards, it was just like I felt a maybe in my stomach, and it was just like off. Something feels off. It wasn't a clear contracting feeling, but it was clear that it wasn't this like expansive, lighthearted feeling, the excitement that I feel. So I was like, okay, well, it feels like a maybe. It's not a clear no. Usually it never is a clear no.
Right. Because you need money.
Like very obvious. Yeah. Yeah. So, but then I went to this cafe job, this interview, and just immediately I felt the atmosphere of the place and the energy of the woman interviewing me, and I think I felt the frequency of like what the job is, and it was super lighthearted and expansive, and it was just like, wow, now that I got that contrast, I was able to see very clearly that was the other job interviews were off, and that off feeling was the contraction. So that's cool to see, because I noticed like sometimes you don't understand fully until you feel what's right, and then you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to feel like. That's the right feeling.
It's really nice for people to know specifically like how to gauge, because people are like, oh, well, because they're not as in tune with their feelings. Like they don't know the difference between joy and happiness, which happiness is fleeting. Joy is a very solid, ever grounding guide. You know, all of our emotions, what people would call negative or positive emotions, are all guideposts that like love uses, right? And so when you say there's a contraction feeling, a physical contraction feeling in both your soul and your body, that's your guide. Because some people are like, well, I just don't know. A lot of people come up to me in my work and whatnot, and they're like, Cara, how do I know? Like, what's the guide? I was like, how do you feel? They're like, well, I don't know how I feel. I'm like, this is a really great way to tangibly tell someone the contraction or expansion feeling, and to do more of the little things that we love helps us. So if we're trying to figure out the contraction versus expansion feeling, I suggest people always do breath work and meditation, because it gets us into a state of stillness and peace so we can gauge that. So if we're always in contraction, we'll never know what the expansion feels like, because we're always in like contraction. So if we are in fight or flight on a regular basis, which society and culture literally constructs us to be in fight or flight all of the time. Like literally everything about it is constructed that way. So if we do not take time out of our lives to sit down and be in stillness, meditation, breath work, whether that's a moving meditation or not. So for example, biking. I love biking. Biking is one of the moving meditations I do. Yoga, dance. I think you like dance very much. Things like that. Just as long as we have that time to, one, do what we love, be in flow and be able to like move our emotions through, and just sit down maybe after or before that and just have that gauge, that radar. Cause people are like, well, what's meditation for? Or like, why do I do meditation? It's because you probably have no idea how set you are in your contraction stage, that expansion and release is just so beyond what you can do. So if people are trying to figure out, like listening to us, like, okay, well, I don't know what that means. I don't know my emotions. Like I tried meditation. It didn't work for me. And I'm like, well, this may be why. You know what I'm saying? Like this may be why. So you can either keep meditating, which I highly suggest you do, or breath work, or you just keep doing more things you love. Because if you do more things you love, you'll feel that expansion feeling, right? So if there is someone listening that just has no idea, or has just kind of given up on meditation or breath work, or just being in stillness in general, and can't find their joy as a compass, that might help.
Absolutely. I loved everything you just said. And it made me think about how now it's like we have all of this external stimuli, all the time. It's like
Yes.
whenever we're not at work, we come home and then there's Netflix and there's social media, and it's just like constantly we're intaking something coming from outside of ourselves. And what meditation and breath work and just doing something that you love, it helps you connect inwards. It's like, okay, well, this is my energy. I'm not having external stimuli coming in right now. I'm just having presence. It's like this blank void space where things can be created and you can feel yourself. And yeah, so one way that I flow, like you mentioned, is dancing. And oh my gosh, like it's so beautiful how that opened up for me, and I'm so grateful because I'd never danced really before. It was like, yeah, I did cheerleading and it was like choreographed dances. But it was never something like just dancing for myself. It's like a new discovery for me.
Yeah.
And whenever I had like this energetic activation thing is what I would call it. It's like Reiki. Someone gave me Reiki, and from that there was like a lot of screaming and crying, and my body started moving in all of these cool circular ways. And after that, it was like a few things opened up for me, which is really cool because not only did I have like an extra level of peace, but that peace changed things for me because that peace made me stop biting the skin around my thumbs, because I would bite the skin around my fingers, but very harshly around my thumbs. And I was trying to stop, like really trying hard. And then after this energetic thing, I didn't have to try. It was just like my body just stopped. It wasn't something that I had to consciously think about. It was the extra level of peace that I now had just made it go away. It healed it. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And then also another thing was dancing. So now it's like I can flow in my body and be sensual. And what I'm learning a lot about is like the difference between sensuality versus sexuality. And it's like when
Censor.
I'm dancing, sometimes, yeah, it's just like I'm just feeling my body. And sometimes it's like I'm in public, I'll be at the beach, and then I'm listening to music and I'm dancing. And in the back of my head, I'm trying not to think about it, but I'm still thinking about it. I'm like, oh no, these people probably think like I'm being sexual right now, or like, I don't know, I'm like caring what they think. But it's just because of the programming from growing up that like sensuality equals sexuality, and it just really was like repressing flow and feeling. And yeah, so it's beautiful to just start to begin to tap into that flow with dancing. But you can tap into the flow with everything with other people. Maybe it's drawing or cooking or yoga or
Writing,
singing or whatever, or biking for you.
It's really nice to find something that like works. And dancing has always been something like that for me. Like I love that. I don't do it as often as I wanted to because I just have space. Like it takes a little bit of space to do it. And I have to say that I've never been really brave enough to do it in public. So well done. That's just not something.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm almost 6'1". Like, can you imagine like the 6'1"? Like who, like people, I would be famous. I wouldn't have to worry about not being famous anymore. I'd be like, this 6 foot tall Amazon is dancing in the middle of the public. I would notice. They're like, hey, we see you. But to your point,
they would know you as that girl who dances.
The tall girl who dances. Like there's an Amazon that dances in my town. Everyone needs to see her. So you were talking about how there's a liminal space where we can exist and then something comes from that. So if we're talking about how, we'll just say social media works, the reason, or entertainment business at all, this goes from like movies, blah, blah, blah. Cause before movies and things like that, we had radio and we had books and live plays, right? But what people did when, like, not the information, but technology, what they found was there is a space where, like, either for us now, it's healing happens, there's boredom, and there's creation, or there's action, boredom, creation, right? Whatever this action is. So if you're a healthy person, you're like hanging out, blah, 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 you're introduced to something, there's boredom, and then there's creation. They get us in the boredom stage. So we come home, we're tired, we sit down, and then like we are not allowed, because we are bombarded so much by ads, socials, things like that. They created these things to where we need it. They created a need to where we have to have technology. And the technology is like literally harasses us into needing to use it. And then on that, the advertising and things like that, it's literally like if you step back and go to another country, it's like we are bombarded. Like we are completely bombarded by ads and things like that on something they created a need for us within. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is that there is a stage in the human creation cycle where boredom has to be to create something, and they catch us here and they keep us here. And so that's why I do my digital detox like series, because like if we use this technology, which we need, like we have to have it. There's no way this world can like work now without it. Right. But we can use it, one, for our benefit, to share what we love. It goes back to joy. Like once we find that joy, once we find what we love, we have the option of sharing it with other people, growing communities, and then maximizing on what we can do, which I, again, very much encourage people to do, because in the state of where things are going, that's a need, that's a necessity. Like sharing, Gary Vee talks about this all the time. And he says that technical terms, building a brand is basically just you. Like, but what that means is like you are finding what you love and then sharing with other people, finding other people that either like it or interested in it or want to know more about it. Right. And then you kind of build communities that way. His and my world is online worlds, right? But you can do that in person, like do a meetup, right? Like you can gather people who love gardening or biking or whatever. I'm totally on a tangent right now.
Yeah, just doing what you love, and then experiences will just come to you. They'll just be magnetized to you through your energy. So if you are posting just naturally of like what excites you and what your life is like on a daily basis, then those people who will think similarly than you do or connect to your energy because they resonate with you will just naturally come into your space, whether that space is online or in person. So exactly what you were saying about like doing events in person, and like if you're a gardener and whatever, it's just that naturally happens that other people who resonate with you will just boom, just be like brought to you. And it's really lovely to experience that and be like, oh wow, like the universe just brought this person or this experience to me. And you feel the resonance, you feel the connection between the other person, and it's just like, damn, that's where following your joy leads you to. It's like just this whole little breadcrumb path, and it leads you to experiences and people that are aligned with your highest good and with your most authentic version of yourself. Because following your joy means that you just get more and more connected to the version of you that is more connected to who you truly are.
Mm-hmm.
Or your higher self.
Yeah, that should have, I think maybe I should have said that's like the next step in the journey, because like when you do start doing, like, let's say your dances, you're going to find other people who are like, oh my God, I dance too, blah, blah, blah. And then you can like get together and dance together. I bike on a regular basis, but I bring Moonlight with me. And so I had this carrier in front of my bike, And I have attracted every Asian woman with cats because they'll like wave me down. They're like, oh, what is that? And then I swear to you, I have like 3 new friends, like just in the like, what, 2, 3 weeks I've been doing it. And we all have these carriers on the fronts of our bikes now. And we have like cat parties. Like we'll gather at the lake and yeah, I swear to you, I had no idea it was going to happen. It's so fun. We have like a cat gang. Yeah, the kitty gang.
Yes, it's
You're
so
welcome.
lovely when you have no idea that's going to happen. Oh my
Yes.
God.
Yeah, it's so fun. So
I love that so
you have no
much.
idea? Yeah. I'm gonna put a meetup, the cat gang, or the kitty gang,
It's like
or something like
most
that.
random things. Oh my God, please send photos of that or like post
100%.
about that because I need to see the cat gang hanging out.
The kitty gang. Yeah. Yeah. I love it. Well, we've kind of talked about how, like, what following our joy, like, feels like is, like, the actual, like, how to find what our joy is and how to follow it in situations of relationships, professional worlds, then even using that to build community or find more people like us. And so there's, give me a second. The only obstacle I can think of is the only obstacle I can think of in doing this on the road that I have found is that I am a doer. I am a creator, and I can be distracted by production. And if you find yourself on your journey, like me, where I was just doing things because I thought it was going to get me attention or a community because I needed to build a community to like make money and like be an influencer and blah, 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 blah. Or I needed to do something that felt like joy, like singing. I'm a singer. I sing really well. And I pursued singing and hated it. Oh my God, I hated it. I hated the lifestyle. I hated the stages. I hated the people in the industry because they were just so cutthroat and awful to be around. I tried writing and I wrote my book, but I didn't write which I love. My book is called Meant for Miracles. It's on Amazon if anybody wants to go buy it. And I found that writing books isn't for me, but writing poetry is. So when we're following our joy, things can change. Like we can find ourselves. So if you are like, oh, I love doing this, but maybe it's not for you to make money off of. Maybe it's just for you to like, just do because you love it, right? Like you find other people who love it too.
Absolutely. And that's where it should be. That's the basis of where it should be coming from, is not with the aim of making money. Because whenever you do something from your heart and you're following that excitement, the only reason you're doing it is because it's lighthearted. It makes you feel that expansive feeling. And whenever you follow that stone by stone, then the money naturally comes. So it's just like following through with that, and then the money will be attracted to you because it's the energy of abundance is magnetized towards that energy of abundance in yourself, abundance in joy, in creativity. It's like it's just naturally attracted. So you will find yourself being constantly supported by the universe, and you're like, in whatever way it comes. And it doesn't necessarily come all the time through money as well. It can come through someone, let's say, I don't know, buying your groceries this week or cooking you a meal.
Right.
And being like, here's a random meal today. And you're like, oh, thank you so much. I like needed this. And yeah. And also it comes through like, I don't know, let's say the grandma, you have a neighbor who's a grandma, and she's like, I knit this sweater. Do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, I want that.
I want your sweater, Cheryl. I want your
Yes.
sweater. It's true. That's totally true. And the little things like the sweaters and the coffees and the cool cat bike rides, like those are what it's about. Like, and there's these videos on social media. They're like, oh, I forget this, what it's all about kind of thing. And you like have a sunset or you're playing with your cat or like whatever. That actually is way more. I don't think they understand the energy they're pulling from just those videos, because it's a very deeply spiritual, grounded thing. Because if you do more of those moments, they build. Like they build. Absolutely. And so you'll have that life that you want. And you might wake up one day, you're like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I love. Like so for me, I didn't ever think that my strengths were to encourage and inspire. I had no idea. And when I discovered that, I wondered, oh, how do I do that? Like what do I do? And then someone told me, well, you become a leader. I was like, I'm not a leader. I don't lead people. I don't know how to do that. And I discovered parts of myself, strengths in myself, from just like following what naturally comes, what I didn't even know. I took fully for granted. But it started with like following my joy, you said stone by stone. That's such a great phrase, because it's exactly what it is. Like we're following our joy one step at a time, and it can open up so many things. So, as long as we know how it feels, actually how to find our joy, how it feels, to recognize it, to allow it to guide us in our decisions. And then we allow it to, we allow love to show us through our joy, just this unexpected, beautiful life that we can build together with it. I think that's I'm hoping that's what I'm trying to get across on the podcast, because I think we've broken it down as best we could. Yeah. Because like that's really what we do, and we do it so naturally and we do it so well that I think that maybe some people who I've had so many people on my channel since it's growing, they just can't get it in their heads, and we do it so easily. I'm really glad that we did this, because I think it's going to touch and reach a lot of people who maybe need encouragement or inspiration to do it, or a reminder.
Absolutely. And it just we have the strength, like everyone, you guys, we all have the strength to follow that expansive feeling, because a lot of the times it's scary to do it, because it means that you may not be supported. It means that you have to do a trust fall and be vulnerable and surrender. And it's just like living from that place of surrender and trust in the universe is a beautiful place to be. And you have the strength to stay there. You have the strength to be like, this doesn't feel comfortable. I'm in this liminal space. I don't know how I'll be provided for. But stick with it. Follow through. And, it's just so beautiful to watch how living in trust and surrender in the universe is like just guiding you the entire time. And it's just a very happy life.
The joy life is a very happy life, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And happy with the simple things as well. It's like even just simple things make you so happy. Like you were talking about before, like the posts of like, this is what life is actually about. It's like an orange can make me so happy. I'm like cutting up an orange this morning. I'm like, I love you so much. Like you're so beautiful. And yeah, just that love and that joy exudes out of you to other people, and it's a lovely energy to stay within.
Yeah, it's like it's where we're supposed to be. Like that's how life is meant to be. That's why it feels so good. So I'm so grateful that we found each other on a journey. This is so fun. And I love that we're finding more and more people every day that are either in it and so encouraging and so inspiring, or people who are on the journey and just don't know where to start. And it's okay. No one does. But the answers are within, like we do. Like they're just there.
Yes.
You know? All right, guys. So get yourself comfortable. This is a meditation to return to joy. If you are sitting, lying down, or even standing, that's okay. You just soften your gaze or close your eyes. And take a deep, breathe all the way out. And breathe in deeply. Hold at the top. 2, 3, 4. And breathe out slowly. Keep breathing deeply on your own. Holding at the top if you'd like. And breathing out. Let your shoulders soften. Let your heart open. Create space between your eyebrows. Soften the muscles around your nose. And just for a moment, let go of everything you think you need to fix or figure out. Right here, right now, all is well. Now bring your awareness to your heart space. Imagine love glowing there. It can start small and grow from a flame to a fire. It's warm and steady. It's always been there. It's always been yours. Now with every breath, feel it expand. Through your chest, through your arms, the rest of your body. Burning away anything that does not serve you. This is your joy. Not the loud, performative kind. But the quiet joy. The solid joy. The grounded joy. That hums beneath everything real and authentic in you. This joy is your compass. It points you home. It whispers this way. Towards what feels light and expansive. What feels alive. Let it guide you. To your next breath, your next decision, to your next day. Take one more deep breath in. Hold. Keep holding. And exhale gratitude. Repeat after me. I am love. I am joy. I am exactly where I'm meant to be. Now, when you're ready, you can wiggle your toes and your feet and open your eyes. So thank you all so much for joining us today. I'm so grateful for every one of you that is here. And I know Lili is too.
Guys, see you next week.
Okay, bye.